Friends, back to 1992. For this Throwback Thursday, we're gonna do a little bit of little special thing on the pros and cons Prosen Games channel. We're gonna throw it back to the granddaddy, or I guess a child of the granddaddy. We're gonna go ahead and throw it back to this game where Protoman is standing there. We've got Protoman stealing Dr. Light and Megaman rushing in, only to catch Protoman's scarf. Protoman? Which one is this? It's Megaman 5. We're not, like I said, we're not going to wax poetic. We're not going to explain exactly why we're choosing Megaman 5 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. We're just going to get right into it. And I'll kind of explain as we go along what's going on and why this game is, in my opinion, the best of the original series. First of all, let's take a look at this level design. This is the first Mega Man where you can fully charge your shot up 2 levels. In Mega Man 4 you can only do that. Weak little piece of garbage. In Mega Man 5 you have this glorious full buster shot. And it's not like the super duper 9 pink ring charge of, you know, the Mega Man X series. Mega Man X, you know, 3 or 4 or whatever. This is the, you know, it's simple. And the level design reflects that. And the thing that I like the most about it, and the thing that this game gets right, that a lot of games today don't seem to understand, is the sense of size. Mr. Mega Man there, he is the perfect size for that screen. I don't know if you realize this, but a lot of the games that are coming out today, a lot of things that are considered retro platformers, including the other game that I play on this channel called Timbo the Elephant, doesn't seem to balance the size of the creature that you're playing as with his environment. It's either zoomed in too close, zoomed in too far, it's too fast, it's too slow, the controls are too janky, you know, you can't pull off the move that you need in the right spot. This is the golden age where controls were rock solid. And I'm not saying that's for every game, but I mean it's one of the things that Mega Man and Capcom in general did wonderfully. So, going back to what I was saying about these level designs and the perfect scope of size of these characters, today you either have characters that are way too large or way too small. Now you may think that I just play platformer games because, you know, I also have Broforce on here, which I'll also drop. Go check those videos out. They do it right, but they do it in the Contra style, where you have these little guys that are taking down this great big world. Mega Man is the balance. He's the balance of the too big versus the too small. And I'd personally rather in today's world, I'd rather have, you know, platformers where the characters are much smaller than their world, just because that sense of scope gives you also a sense of accomplishment. So we're making our way here through Stone Man's level, and I chose him first because I really don't have a preference. This is you know, Mega Man is known for he gets his power-ups from his bad guys, from the villains, from the Mavericks. I don't know if they were called Mavericks at this point, but he gets his weapons from them, and he you know, you can use them, one boss's weapon against the next boss and whatnot. However, I don't need that. I've always played without, you know, needing the special skills. And I think that what I need here, do I have my doggy? I do have my doggy. We'll drop him right here. No, there we go. So, the reason I play this is because when I was a child, and I'm not gonna tell you all the nostalgia story, whatever. I had an NES. I grew up with the NES. That was my generation growing up. I had the NES, and Mega Man 5 was the first game that I beat by myself. I probably started off with my brother, you know, trying to beat levels here and there. This isn't actually the first boss that I beat here. but it's one of them, and I would want to get that E canister over there because I like doing that kind of stuff, like being a little complete here. But of course I'm gonna die. Anyway, back to what we were saying. That was the first game that I sat down and enjoyed, and you know, I learned all the slidey tricks and all the rest of that stuff. And to be honest with you, it kind of sucks to play it on an emulator now. I kind of wish I had my old Nintendo with me, or at least a Nintendo controller to play with. But the D-pad will do. It just makes it kind of hard to slide sometimes, things like that. Because when you slide, or when you press down, you also press in one of the two directions, which makes, like I said, sliding a little difficult, especially in the direction that you want. See, I'm trying to slide right now, and he's going to the side instead. But anyway, take a look at this level design. It's very simple. It's a lot of it's based on timing and skill and getting rid of these repetitive bad guys. Back in the days where if you go back, or if you inch back, you will reset the whole little section or stage, which is kind of cool. So now we're gonna, nope, can't do it. We'll get it. So we'll reset that stage, we'll come back here, we'll get this, jump, and then we'll jump again, we'll grab it, and then we'll reset it again so we can get our asses up there. But yeah, now it's hard to play these games without singing the Brental Floss themes. If you haven't heard those, they're fucking gold. Usually you can get him to drop a few things for you if you skip the pickup, but he threw it right at my back. And he gave me a damn choice. Did you, Eddie? But yeah, I used to love the Megaman cartoon with Eddie. I don't know if that's what his name was in this game, but that's what it is. His name is fucking Eddie. He drops health packs and all that for Megaman. He's out on the road. He's kicking ass, doing his Megaman thing. But yeah, these levels, you know, this was a very different time for video games. Video games were meant to be more of a, you know, sit down and enjoy in one experience. You know, Mega Man had the save system, which was cool. But at the same time, you had to, you know, you had to budget your time. And when you were a kid, that was fine. You know, as an adult, it's a little harder. Let's see if we can get him to... So yeah, just, you know, super easy boss right here. We're gonna just keep feeding him some shots here. And just kind of wait for him to jump up high and kind of make him land on our shots. And you know, it's those cues that you get from these kind of games. It's you know, that's kind of how they kind of lend themselves to games today. You know, it's these games where you learn a pattern in order to beat the level, which is, you know, from this to Ninja Gaiden and everything. That's something that you don't see much in today's world. Today they want to kind of push you through the level. Even in Tembo, they want to push you through the level. They don't want you to die 90 times because, you know, you don't have the attention span to sit through that. But that's one of the things that made these games great, is you had to figure out exactly what to do next and how to do it and why you're doing it. And this game isn't as heavy on the disappearing blocks, but with Mega Man, that was one of the biggest pains in the ass, with the damn disappearing blocks and knowing when lasers were going to fall and crush you. And in this level, it's knowing exactly when you're going to be upside down or right side up, and when guys are shooting, and how to not land on the spikes. So now they are, you know, there is a revival. You know, and when I was talking about scale before, and I'm sorry to say this, I know everybody's looking forward to this Mega number 9 game that's coming out. And I am too. I want to see what it's all about. I've seen some people play it on YouTube that have the early levels that they're releasing. But it just looks so big and so bulky. And I wish they would kind of look at Mega Man X7 and X8. I know they didn't do too well commercially, but they were the perfect scale for you know, what they were doing for a 2D platform. And I think that if they re-released them today, they would do much better than they would, you know, when they were released originally. But you know, Capcom didn't want to give them any more chances. They were done with the platformers. No, it's fine. We don't have to mess about that. I mean, we could if we wanted to, but I've always kind of slid under him and ignored him. So these things that we're collecting here, these letters, we collected a G in the last one, and we collected an M in this one. And they're going to spell out Megaman here on our screen. Megaman V. And when we get that, we get the most worthless reward, and that's the beat. The bird that just kind of flies around, and every once in a while they'll peck at your the bad guy. And just see if we can time this right. Nope, we didn't get it. It's fine. Just keep going, and you got to know to like kind of avoid those spikes as you fall upward there, and see we're already at Gravity Man here. So very good level. They're very short levels, very palatable levels. You know, you're not. Oh, forgot that I was using the joystick there. And you know, it's not something that's gonna make you want to rage quit on it, but also at the same time, it's not something that's super simple the first time you play it. And I think that game designers could learn a lot from that today. I think that they're too focused on the apps and the overall experience to kind of take a chance with this, you know, with this format. And I'm sorry that I'm trying to dig through my memory, because this is the first playthrough that I've played through this game in a long time, and I wanted to share it with everybody. And so I get kind of quiet when I get through certain parts as I try to remember what to do. But now we are going to spin around in ultra awesome circles, and we're gonna grab the gravity hole. And that'll pretty much do it for this. I know I kind of rambled the whole time, but I hope that you enjoyed listening. I hope you you know that this game holds a special part of my heart right now. I'm gonna go ahead and if I get some views on this, if you give me some comments, if you subscribe, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and continue this series. I love this game. More than this game actually, I love the Zero series. So if this series does well, I'm gonna have to push on to the Zero series, because those games on the Game Boy Advance were the reason to buy a Game Boy Advance to me. Anyway, like I said, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment. If you say, Prosen, you talk too damn much, shut the hell up and just play the game, I'll listen to that too. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Prosen out.